All right, so with that, what I normally do on my stream, well, when Advent of Code isn't going, is I work on a roguelike. And we had just finished up prefab rooms, and we were about to start on the room vaults. This roguelike tutorial, by the way, is here's the URL for it. If you're interested in checking it out, and I have a repo that I'm working my way through it on. RLTK tutorial. So maybe what I can do is just reset my brain here and switch over to that for maybe a good 30 minutes or so before I have to call it a stream. Let's see, what time is it? 8:20. Okay. I'm on East Coast US time, which is why I do Advent of Code in the morning and not at midnight my time. Let's see. What did we just finish doing? Oh, I haven't pushed it yet. The prefab levels, we finished that up. All right, let's get that up. All right, so let me edit my stream info here to say we are now working on Roguelike tutorial in Rust. And let me insert a stream marker at 101:19. Okay, so let's look at room vaults. So the last chapter was getting overly long, so it was broken into two. In the previous chapter, we learned how to load prefabricated maps and map sections, modified the spawn systems so that meta builders could affect the spawn system, the spawn patterns from the previous builder, and demonstrated integration of whole map chunks into levels. This chapter will explode? Probably explore room vaults, prefabricated content that integrates itself into your level. So you might handcraft some rooms and have them seamlessly fit into your existing map. Or into your existing or your generated map, I think they mean here. Designing your room totally not a trap. The life of a roguelike developer is part programmer, part interior decorator. We've already designed whole levels and level sections, so it isn't a huge leap to designing rooms. Let's go ahead and build a few pre-designed rooms. All right, so we're going to create prefab rooms. Map builders, prefab rooms. And again, I don't put in any of these things until they're needed, the allows. I don't put those in. Partial equal on prefab room, really? That doesn't make sense. I'm not going to put that in until we actually need it. I want to see what we need that for. We got a static string, a width and a height, first depth and last depth. Okay, so prefab rooms have a depth range for them. And then pubcon's totally not a trap. All right, so we have a template, which is just this. And then the width, height, first depth. Okay. Comma there, and that should finish that out. And now we'll just grab, copy, paste this guy, because I think there's spaces in here to make everything line up. And I don't know if the paste actually pasted the spaces. It did. Okay. All right. It looks like it's only 4 wide though. Oh no, I'm getting out to the end there. Okay. Good. Okay, so that's a 5x5. A health potion surrounded by traps. Since the traps are hidden by default, we're relying on the player to think, well, that doesn't look suspicious at all. Note that there are spaces all around the content. There's a one-tile gutter all around it. This ensures any 5x5 room into which the vault is placed will still be traversable. We're also introducing first depth and last depth. These are levels at which the vault might be applied. For the sake of introduction, we'll pick 0 to 100, which should be every level unless you're a really dedicated playtester. Okay, so we're going to add another mode to the prefab builder system, which is going to be in the mod, I think. Yeah, here's a prefab mode. So we commented out the ones we're not using anymore, and now we're going to create a brand new one. And it's just room vaults. There's no other data associated with it. By the end of the chapter, we'll have it integrated into a broader system for placing vaults. Okay, we'll update our constructor to use this type of placement. So we have an impl. Where's our impl? Here's our impl. I commented that out, and then we have another mode. Oh, yeah, so if I comment this guy out, what's going to happen is we're going to get more dead code warnings. Prefab mode, room, vaults. Then we'll teach our match function in build to use it, which is, where is that? Here? Yep. Oh, no. It's in a match self mode. There we are. Yeah, we commented all of those out. We'll comment this guy out. Actually, we still have those in, so let me leave that in. Excuse me. So then we must be creating this new function somewhere. We'll be reusing our create previous iteration code from apply sectional. So let's rewrite it to a more generic form. Oh, apply sectional. Okay, so this is what we're going to rewrite into a more generic form. Raid, Mr. Glitchbite. Thank you for the raid. I am, so hello new viewers. I am currently working on a roguelike tutorial in Rust. I'm working my way through this. It's actually pretty long tutorial. We've gotten most of the way through chapter 3, learning how to make different room types, different map types. And then when we get to part 4, we're going to actually create this game that's part of the tutorial. And then, after all that's done, I'll be on stream making my own roguelike. But meanwhile, I thought it would be fun to go through this and learn how this one person is doing it. All right, so apply previous iteration looks like it's this part of the code here, right? So apply sectional must be calling into apply previous iteration, and it's taking a little function template to do the actual work. And if we look where filter is here, where is it? It's right here. Thank you for the follows. Predator Pavel, Mr. Cat, and Mr. Glitchbite. Thank you. Oh, Praetor Pavel. Sorry, not Predator. Okay. So this is this, and then we just have a filter XYE, so which this becomes. And I'm going to delete this console code. I don't need the console code anymore. We put that in there for debugging. So this all goes away. And then this all comes out and turns into apply previous iteration. And it's going to take a self and it's going to take a filter where if I mute R32, and then it takes the tuple of a use size and a string and returns a bool. And this thing returns a nothing. Okay, and then what we want to do here, we have IDX is e.0 and then x and y, and then we apply the filter. If filter x, y, e, then we do spawnless push. And this is the, I think this is the filter that's going to go back where this code came from, right here. Right? Somehow we still need this. And then close. Oops, I missed this here. There. Okay, that lines up. So at some point here, we're going to have to, yeah, most of that. Right. Okay, there we go. Self-apply previous iteration, and then we can just do that. Self-apply previous iteration, x, y, e. And it's just this. And that goes too long, so it's going to get reformatted. That's okay. And then close that, semicolon. Does this check? Oops. Didn't like that. Prefab mode. Oh. Like this. Apply room vaults. Oh, right. We haven't written apply room vaults yet. What other errors? That's the only error. So maybe this all compiled, which is good. Let's start with apply room vaults now. So what I see this did was it pulled out the code like we did here, pulled out all the code from the apply, oops, can't do it that way, apply sectional, so that we could reuse it with a different filter function each time. Let's line those up. Actually, I don't know how cargo format's going to format that. This looks reasonable, I guess. And now we're going to be able to use that in apply vaults. Right? So we're going to create this apply room vaults. That might not work depending on how we have things set up. RNG, random number generator, new. We really need to clean all this up too, because the random number generator is available in the ECS as a resource. We should really be using that one. And unfortunately, sprinkled throughout this code now, we're generating new random number generators. Okay. So to apply the room vaults, we'll just use the code we wrote to apply this previous iteration, but we're just passing in true, keeping all the entities for now. Okay. So we don't actually need to name them. We can just do this. I think Rust lets you just do that. And next we have to create a master vault list. And that should be pulled in from here, this prefab rooms. I might have to go another level here. No, it says mod prefab levels, mod prefab rooms. I think all I have to do is that, and it should be able to find it. Let's find out. And let possible vaults. And then we're going to filter on that. For each vault, self depth. Okay, self depth is greater than or equal to v first depth. Okay, so we're just choosing vaults that will match our current level. This is almost English-like. If possible vaults is empty, return. And then we're going to say vault index. Zero. Else, we're going to use the random number generator to choose an index. Okay. RNG roll dice 1 to possible vaults len as I32 minus 1 as usize. That'll be the vault index, and then our vault is going to be the vault we chose. Okay. Right, so that they're just describing what we wrote. We filter out any vaults that will not fit in this level or not be valid for this level. Bleeding Ocean says, check you've written elsit instead of list. Thank you. So now we're going to add in, so we've got a loop. Let's see what the loop is doing. We create a bunch of positions, or create a vector for the positions we're about to generate, I assume. X and Y are the location for our index. Check we won't overflow the map, so make sure that this vault can fit on the map. And then, what are we checking here? Oh, it's checking to see that every location in our map is a floor before we put this room vault. If it is, then we just set possible to false. If all locations are floors, then possible will be true, and we'll just push the position of the vault. And then just increment index, and if we go beyond our last index, we break. Why don't we just say while, or for index 0 to self-map tiles len. Is there a reason not to do that? Here we're breaking out of this loop, right? Which loop are we breaking out? So this is the if loop. Yeah, so as soon as we find one, we break. Why do we have a vector of positions then? Why do we have a vector of positions? If we're breaking right out, see what this next code is doing is it's checking to see if the length is 1, otherwise we pick a random vault position. So I don't know if this break, am I misreading the code here? Because I think this break breaks out of this loop. And therefore we only ever find one position. Yeah, I think that's the case. So I think we're going to have to, we're going to modify this. What does this say here? We said possible true. We visit every range. It is possible to there. We add the position to our vault vector from step 1. Yeah, I think that break is a bug. And then if we've run out of map, we break out of the loop. Okay, so we're gonna rewrite this a little bit. We'll refactor it. Let vault positions is a vec of position, vec new, and we're, instead of saying let mut idx equals 0 use size, we're going to say for idx in 0 dot dot self map tiles len. Yeah, we don't have to subtract 1 because this is doing greater than or equal to. All right, so now we just get our xy location. Why are we doing it that way? Source. I thought we had a function on map to convert an index to xy. Yes, xy idx. Oh, this converts an xy to an idx. Not the other way around. Huh. I wonder why we never had the other way around. All right. Anyway. And then we'll just do y, and it's divided by the width. And then we check to see if it's in a map, if x is greater than 1, and x plus vault width as I32 is less than self map width minus 2, and y is greater than 1, and y plus vault height as I32 is less than self map, oops, I misspelled this, height minus 2. Then we can come in here and check and say let mut possible is true, or ty in 0 dot dot vault height as I32 for tx in 0 dot dot vault width as I32. So now, oh yeah, here it is. This is the function I was thinking of. So we just, oh, it's resetting idx in the loop. Why? And then what happens is idx gets set to the final position of the vault, and then we carry on from there. All right, so that's good to know. That way they're not overlapping. And that's okay, because this is just picking a random one vault to place down. And as long as it's just picking one random vault and not picking multiple random vaults, then they won't overlap when we place them. Oh, no. This is shadowing IDX. No, yeah, I got it. This is shadowing IDX. Okay, we're good. And then we set possible to false, but then we keep looking. So we don't want to do that. What we're going to do instead is break out. After saying possible to false, we'll break out of the double for loop. What Vim theme is this? It's whatever is the default. I don't do a lot of customization. Oh, you know what? Actually, it's probably something that... do I have it in the... Yeah, here it is. Let me put this in chat. This is what I'm using as my NeoVim setup. If you want to take a look at that, I've tweaked it a little bit from this, but this is essentially it. It's got a bunch of neat features like being able to run the checker inside or run the compiler inside the thing. Oh, you bet, Brock. No problem. Okay. Oh, why do we have this double indented? Oh, probably because of that. Okay, that's fair. That goes there, that goes there. We're going to expand this a little bit. I just want to see that we're breaking, so we're breaking out of the full loop here, and then out here, this is what we say, if possible, vault positions push X and Y. And we're going to, instead of breaking, we'll continue at that point. And then this will just keep looping until everything, we don't need to do this. Does this, how much does this check? Oh, I put a double equal here. What else? It doesn't like this. Oops. Oh, and a semicolon. Sometimes you need a semicolon, sometimes you don't. And then, oh, random number generator. I need that. Where does that come from? Oh, it just comes from RLTK. What am I thinking about? Use RLTK, random number generator. RLTK is the crate we're using to do all of this. It stands for Roguelike Toolkit. And it did I type it mid-typo? Similarly named. Oh, totally not a trap. Okay. And it doesn't like my typos. What else doesn't it like? Okay, so we have 7 warnings, but that's okay. Warnings are fine. As long as everything's checking before we move on to the next section. Okay, so this is our for loop. And once we get here, we say if vault positions is empty. If it's not empty, sorry, then let the position index, if vault, and this is the same code as up above, right? This code here. No, not this code. I'm just trying to save a little typing, but I guess I fail. Vault positions len equals 1. Yeah, here it is. Okay, let's copy this. And change this to pause. And what else do we need to change? It's just vault positions. Right? That's the only change. Yeah. Same code. It'd be nice to make that a IDX. There we go. Make that a common function. And the position is vault positions of pause index, and then let chunk x is x, and then chunk y is pause y. Prefab builder, read ASCII to vec vault.template. Zero, and now we're going to loop over the vault again. So let's grab those. Oh, I grabbed too many lines, that's okay. Vault height and vault width, and we don't need them as I32s anymore apparently. So this is the same. Oh, now it's plus chunk x and chunk y. Right, and then self char to map string vec of I idx and I plus equals 1. And then after that, we're gonna take a snapshot. Okay. So this is all code that we've written before on previous streams, and I'm putting them all up on YouTube in case anybody's interested. Basically, just loops over the map that we defined up here, and converts each character. Where's the map? Scroll, scroll, scroll. So it converts each character into a oh, this is read ASCII to vec. Converts the ASCII to a vector of characters, and then char to map is here, and it converts each character in our vector to, so a carrot becomes a bear trap, and a bang becomes a health potion. So that's how that works. All right, where were we? Right, so if there are any valid positions, we pick a random one, put the trap or the prefab vault in place. Putting it all together is this. Yeah, so this is just a repeat of what we already have, what we just wrote. Okay, it's more likely that a square vault will fit in a rectangular room, so we'll pop over to Map Builder's mod RS and slightly adjust the random builder to use the original simple map algorithm for the base map. Okay. And that's over here. Right, I'm using cellular automata for the map right now, but we'll change that to use some box new. Simple map builder, new depth. Like that? I think that works. So that'll just run our simple one. I forgot the one. Expected 2 arguments. Okay. Yeah, template string and then the width. Oh, we need to know the width. We got to pass it in. How'd they miss it from that? Okay, so that. And then what I do for this thing is I build it outside of the NeoVim, because this is a special build script which is generating a WASM file, so I can run this thing in my browser. This is not the simple map builder I was expecting. Here we go. So now we should be able to see rooms that have, that's the downstairs, that have health potions. But I don't know if we actually ran any of that code. So I'm gonna console log. Oh, there's a trap. Any other traps? Thing is that the player can spot traps if they've been hanging around. There's a potion, but that's against a wall, so I don't think that would be a prefab potion. There's another trap. There's another trap. Nope, nothing there. Okay, I'm gonna console log. Let's turn on the no, stop it. Wait, for some reason it pulled up my mail program. There we go. Oh, I'm still logging this stuff? That's bad. Okay. Probably here. Let's eliminate that console log. Yeah. And then what we're going to do is go into the new code that we just finished writing, and then see if we even come in here. Apply room vaults. LTK console log looking for room vault locations. We should be calling it because I added the call to it, and then found like this, and then say room vault at XY. Okay. Nope, doesn't like it. Oh, I gotta format it. Okay, that's good. Let's rebuild that. and then we'll rerun it over here and see if we even hit that code. Maybe there's a bug, and then we get to go debugging. Yeah, room vault at 525. Okay, so let's look at, go here and look at 525. It should be 5 over and 25 down, which is most of the way. I don't see it though. Where would it be? I mean, this looks like the right, because this goes from 0 to like 43 or something. So 25 is about halfway. So it should be appearing here, but it's not. All right, more debugging. Pum, 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 pum. Wait, we're calling self-chart a map, but we need to actually put it in the map, don't we? Or is it, does that do it automatically? Yeah, it sets it right here. Okay. Oops. There we are. Okay, so this is what we're doing. So let's log these. Let me leave that there and then just put the IDX, RLTK, console, log, format, bang, IDX blah, char blah, and it's going to be IDX and string vec of I. Right, because I starts at 0 and we just loop over it, and it should, yeah. What? Oh, I forgot to close here. Okay. Okay, let's build that. Let's come back to our thing. Yeah, all these warnings are because we commented out the prefab section stuff. It's unfortunate the way this is working. Okay, so room vault at 8.8, char spaces. We got the, yeah, so we're actually putting it in. And it's at 8.8. So let's see if we can get over to 8.8 without dying. Eight must be right around here, and we don't see it. We see a single solitary trap. So we're definitely putting it in. We're definitely calling this code. Where are we calling it from? And maybe what's happening is something is getting overwritten. This is our builder. We're applying the room vaults. We take a snapshot. So we should actually see that as part of the snapshot is the thing. Although the snapshots happen so quickly. All right, let's clear it and refresh and see if we'll see it. I did not see it on the snapshot. That's interesting. This is just finding the starting position. It's not erasing anything. We added downstairs. That doesn't erase anything. And we know that the sectional stuff works. No, okay, let's take a look at the other map builders mod. So this is where we put it. So we call simple map builder, and then we add this prefab builder to insert the new map. So I know that's working. Let's take a look at this. And we are putting the room vaults thing in here, and we know we're calling it. Right, so this should just be returning that map, and I'm going to comment this guy out too. What this section here I'm about to comment out, what it does is it takes the map that gets generated and then tries to chunk it up and create a brand new map out of it. I don't think it was being called. And now we got even more warnings because there's even less code being used. So, room vaults, apply room vaults. And we're modifying the correct map, right? It's not the previous map. Because what's happening here is we have apply previous iteration. That's here. So the map gets applied, and then on top of that, we're applying new vaults. All right. Well, unfortunately, I am out of time for my stream, so we're going to have to debug this tomorrow. I'll have to have a think about what could be going wrong and where we can start debugging it, because it's clearly finding a place to put the room vault. It's putting all the characters in the map. They're just not actually appearing on the map we're playing, which is weird because that's the map that got generated. So, all right. I quit out of it. I did. Okay. So, unfortunately, leaving on kind of a down note, but that's all right. We'll have an up note tomorrow after we finish Advent of Code Day 21. And then hopefully that won't take too long and we'll be able to get back into this and debug it. But thank you, everybody, for joining. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow. Take care.